There are extensive halachot regarding the pasuk of V'haya machanecha kadosh, which is that the Torah specified that when the Jewish people go out to battle and they're no longer in the yishuv, they're no longer in the usual society, the city in which they dwell, and the soldiers have to relieve themselves, and they're obligated to cover up the tzoah. And from here we learn that a person's machaneh, which is his 4 amot, a person's sphere, 4 amot around him, always have to be pure at the time of tefillah, which means Shmona Esrei, at the time of Kriyat Shema, and at the time of reciting Devrei Torah, and sometimes even thinking Devrei Torah, which basically means there's a whole bunch of different circumstance situations where a person has to be mindful that his environment is pure, that it is clean, meaning that there is nothing that has a stench, nothing that has a foul odor, and that has many different manifestations in halakha. So, in the times of Chazal, where people would have waste in the streets, so therefore it would be prohibited for a person to even be meharher b'divrei Torah. A person would not be allowed to contemplate Devrei Torah in the proximity of that filth. Additionally, Maran brings down that a person was not allowed to pray in the proximity of a bathhouse or in the proximity of an outhouse like they have in the old days, the place where people go to relieve themselves. So some things have changed and some things remain the same. One thing is that Maran brings down Asur likrot kineged bet hakisei yashan afilu pinu mimenu hatzoah. A used, in other words, there's a difference between an outhouse that has never been used. It's going to be used, right? But it's never been used before. That has one halacha. That's more lenient. But an outhouse which has been used before, a place where people used to go to relieve themselves, even if there is currently no waste or excrement in there at the moment, it's still, Maran writes, it's not allowed for a person to pray opposite even the outhouse. Right? Even if you have to be 4 amot away from the outhouse. In general, if something has a smell from waste, then you have to be 4 amot from where the smell stops. But we're saying over here, even if the outhouse has no smell, there's no waste in there, you have to be 4 amot away from the outhouse. Question is, what about our bathrooms nowadays? So the halakha distinguishes, the modern day poskim say, in the old days, the walls were considered really a part of the bathhouse. They were pretty much only there to create the privacy around the outhouse itself. Whereas nowadays, since the bathrooms are indoors, the walls are not really just purely a function of the outhouse or the bathroom. It's really part of the house itself, and therefore a person would be allowed to pray within 4 amot of a bathroom, even if the door is open, assuming that there is no foul smell. If there's a foul smell, then a person has to be 4 amot away, approximately 8 feet away from where the smell stops. Let's say the smell stops approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom. You have to be 4 amot from that point. It's not enough to be 4 amot from the bathroom. It has to be 4 amot from where the smell stops. But assuming there is no foul odor, then a person would be allowed to pray within 4 amot of the bathroom, even if the door is ajar.